Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be reviewing and testing out the new Magic Star Concealer and Setting Powder from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. So if you want to see how these products work, then just keep watching. So like I said before, we're going to be reviewing the Magic Star Concealer and Setting Powder. I got mine in the shade Translucent. We are going to test these out. Oh, my nose. So I wanted to give a little backstory on everything. I have only ever purchased one thing from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and it was the blood sugar, brain fart, the blood sugar palette. And that one, I bought it the first day it launched, and it actually came really fast. So I was very shocked to find how long this product took to get to me. I just want to mention it because I feel like as a consumer, I would always want to know how long it takes to get something, or if it takes longer than normal, or what. So I have my email from them saying I ordered it on April 19th, and I think I ordered it the day it came out. I set a reminder on my phone. So I did order it the day it came out, and I got a notice on April 27th that they created a label, which if you don't know, I don't know who doesn't know, but if you don't know, basically companies have deals and membership thingies with postage services, and so they can create a label at their location and then pack them all together and then send them to the post office at a separate time. I got a notice that they created the label on April 27th, and I was like, cool, great. Then it took forever. Here's where I started to get annoyed. They created the label on April 27th. However, they did not give it to the post office until May 3rd. Sorry, my card got full, so I'm just gonna backtrack. I don't know what I've said and what I haven't. And so they created the label on April 27th, but then didn't actually physically give it to the post office until May 3rd. So that's 1 day shy of a week of them creating the label but then not giving it to the post office. The nice thing about it though was once it was finally in the post office's hands, it only took about 3 days to get here. I got it on the 6th of May. So that's just a little backstory on how that worked, in case you were curious if it takes longer or faster than most places. Like I said, when I ordered blood sugar, it was extremely fast. This one, however, was extremely slow. Maybe people purchasing was just a higher volume than before. So let's just get on with reviewing this now that we've talked about the shipping. So let's go one by one with the products I have. Let's start with the concealer. So this is the packaging it comes in, which is like this reflective metallic pink. But this is the actual packaging of the concealer. I'm sure you've probably watched his review or his reveal video. So this is pretty hefty. This is very sharp. Let's see. Concealer comes with, is it on here? Oh god, tiny. Oh my eyes. 0.15 fluid ounce is in this. It retails for $22. I get mine in the shade C6. So let me read to you what C6 says. So C6 is supposed to be for light skin with olive undertone. What does this say? So it's supposed to be a high coverage liquid concealer formula which comes in 30 shades, helps even out skin tone, has 20% pigment, and can cover tattoos. Anti-aging properties help reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, increased wear time and self-setting effect. Oh. Keeps you flawless, looking flawless for hours. It's fragrance-free, paraben-free, and talc-free. Move on to the next item. So then this is the Magic Star Setting Powder in the shade Translucent. This is what the packaging looks like. So when you take the top off, it's just one that you twist in order to get it off. I did really like how he included the little tab to make it easier to pull the plastic piece off, you know, for people with nails. And it does definitely smell like cotton candy. I forgot about that. So this one retails for $22, and it has, how much? 0.353 ounce. It says that this is ultra-fine, soft, and luxurious formulas infused with vitamin C and E with a special blend of silica that controls oil and helps look flawless all day. Okay, So I'm going to go ahead and insert a clip from this morning of me applying the concealer as well as the setting powder. So as you'll see in the clip, I just applied it under my eyes and then I took that and carried it over to my lid. I always do this. Most days I don't wear eyeshadow. I just put concealer over it. So that is what you see here. And then I am using a small brush. It is the Morphe M438 to apply the powder so that I'm applying a very small amount. What the clip of me doing it this morning doesn't show is the doe foot applicator. So I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but stay. This is what it looks like. So it's kind of like the newer lipstick ones or liquid lipsticks that people are using with the circle in the middle to collect more product. So as you'll notice in the clip, this is not light. It is light. Let me rephrase that. This is not light enough to be considered a concealer for me. For me, I use concealer to highlight. Obviously, you can use concealer to conceal a pimple or something, and so then you do want it to be your skin tone. This for me is my skin tone. And I know he raved about in his video, or not raved, so that's not the right word, whatever. He said in his video that he was really happy that they have olive tone light-skinned concealer because he said most companies don't, which is true. However, he still missed the mark. I am very fair, like very fair. I use the lightest shade of every foundation mostly, and most of those still aren't light enough. But they're also not olive. So his concealer, this C6, is definitely olive toned for me. It works good. My only problem is it's not the right shade. I wish companies would come out with lighter shades. I know it's apparently rare. I didn't think it was rare, but apparently it's rare to be very, very fair and olive tone, which is what I am. And so no companies really have that. If you know a company that has it, please let me know. This is the closest I have found that's olive tone. Normally I just get stuck with very warm tone or cool tone or just neutral, and most light, very, very, very fair concealers and foundations are cool toned or neutral, which don't work for me. I make them work because I have no choice, but they don't work. Or they're just the opposite. They're too warm toned, so they're almost too yellow. Like olive isn't necessarily that far yellow. But anyways, still works, still like it, I'll still use it. Then the powder is translucent. There is the smell. Oh. Honestly, it doesn't smell good. I was thinking when he said cotton candy like candy, I thought it would smell really good. It doesn't. It doesn't stink though. Like, I don't hate it. It's just not like something I'm like, yes. But it's still good. So, it is 7:45 at night. I put this on at 7 in the morning, so it's been on for 12 hours. So let's zoom in and see what this looks like. So you are seeing this before I see this, so let me get my mirror. One, I'm gonna go ahead and use my brush. I have no extra product on it, but I did notice that my mascara has kind of flaked a little, so let me take that off. Other than that, honestly for me this is pretty good. And I know if you're looking at it and you're seeing the lines, the wrinkles, you know, it probably doesn't look good to you, but I do have a lot of extra, you know, skin down here, and so it's a little wrinkly. So it's always wrinkly to me, and I hate when people judge a concealer and say, oh, well, I have wrinkles, so it's just not working. You have wrinkles. If you have them, you have them. Concealer is not going to make them disappear. Now, you can find concealers that don't necessarily accentuate them, and that's what this is doing. So this is definitely one that I would say is not making them look worse than they already normally are. I will say though, I powdered the top of my lids. I also go over with my bronzer brush, and whatever's left on it, I will put on my eyes so that they're not as stark white. So I have lots of powder on my eyes, and I don't know if you can see all of the creasing. I took a picture because it looked worse at work because I wanted to tap it out because it was starting to bug me. So I took a picture at work and tapped it out, and this is still after I've tapped it out once today. I tapped it out at 4 o'clock today, so it's now been 3 hours since I've tapped it out, and it's done it again. So I don't know if it would do this if you had, you know, an actual eyeshadow on, but I feel like translucent powder and some bronzer product on it should have been enough. So there is that. Let's look at my face now. I'm kind of shocked. I don't know if it's just me, you tell me, but I feel like I look a little dewier than normal. Like right here, this whole area is my dry area, but it almost looks a little dewy, which is weird because I don't get oily at all. Any way, shape, or form, I don't get oily. And it almost looks like I got oily, which is funny because the product said it's supposed to be, what did it say? It's supposed to control oil and keep you looking flawless all day. But it says it's supposed to control oil and I almost look oily. I'm never, like, do you see my nose? Let me zoom in. Like, do you see my nose? Do you see it? Don't get me wrong, it's always cakey like this, but it looks moist. Oh, I hate that word. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you back out and give you my final thoughts. Okay, so my final thoughts. I think the powder is pretty good. I don't think I'd repurchase it just because powder is the one part of makeup that I can't justify spending a lot of money on. So spending $22 on a powder to me is like, no. But that's personal preference. If you don't have a problem spending money on powder, I do think this is a nice powder. For dry skin, surprisingly, even though everything points towards more oily because it's saying oil control, but I actually find it nice. Concealer, I really do like this. It is a lot better than most of my concealers as far as under the eyes. I probably won't use it again on my lid unless I'm using an eyeshadow, then I'll try it out for one time, but if it does this with eyeshadow on as well, I'll definitely avoid it. It did say it's self-setting, but I didn't try that. I should try that tomorrow. If I try that by the time this video goes out, I will put it down in the description if that worked better. This is with me setting it. I also did set the powder all over my face. I forgot to mention that. I didn't set it just under my eyes. So yeah, $22. I do think it's a decent concealer. Would I purchase it again? Maybe. I mean, I feel like I have to play with it more to really decide if I would buy it again, but I do think it's nice so far, just not for my eyelids. So yeah, that is all I have for this video, so thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next one.